15 up.
He's a powerhouse. Auger-Aliassime, about 6'4", great build for the sport, good low center of gravity.
He's had some back issues in the last several years that have bothered his game and really impeded his progress. He's already had 2 titles this season. And as he says, he's got to be patient. That's Frederick Fontang, his longtime coach. You got to be patient. He says it's frustrating when you work so hard and it doesn't pay off. He said, but that's the life of most players. He says you have to be humble, accept it.
14-13.
All that's true, but that doesn't mask his ambition either. He's been touted for so much success from a young age, and he's had some, there's no doubt about that, but not quite ascended all the way to where many thought he would, including me. His backhand has been a little bit of a sore spot. No problem with the serve there. Can bring the heat there, but the backhand-to-backhand exchanges in this particularly, like Rublev, gets a high ball to feast on. The advantage of having a lot of spin on your backhand is you can create angles. That's really good for passing shots or for moving people off the court. But just a normal backhand-to-backhand rally, that's not something Auger-Aliassime should look for. This has just not been a good matchup for him thus far, and that's why.
Jim, this match has just begun, and I already find myself fighting my compulsion to salute you.
Not the middle-fingered salute, I hope, that you usually do.
No.
Okay.
There's the Rublev team.
Fernando Vicente on the left has long been a part of it, and Marat Safin has come in as a sensei, so to speak. Safin, the 2000 champion here, was a politician.
That's really hard to believe.
He was.
He was part of, yes, I guess. I can't imagine exactly what kind of power
he was
given.
Like this in the sports ministry area in the Russian Russian government, and he literally went to work in a suit and tie every day for a lot of years, and he's come back to tennis.
He's let that go.
He's looking pretty relaxed in general right now. But his job is to help his player be more relaxed, isn't it?
Yes. 45 years old now is Marat Safin. Hard to believe.
speaking on that. I saw them practicing quite a bit of return of serves, and Marat was out there hitting serves and getting sweaty with Rublev, and they took a huge amount of returns. I think that may be a focus for Rublev on this match, is if he can return well, he can put some pressure on the big FAA serve. Well, speaking of returns, when you play Rublev, it's an opportunity to really do damage against his second serve, because he hits every single one of them at your body. Some sweet striking, and it's been something striking about Rublev's game this year is that he's done more of the shot that breaks this rally open. The down the line backhand has been more visible this season, and he's talked about how he's tried to add that little element of surprise, and it's been a good concept, and I'd like to see him add a little bit more variety to his second serve direction, because there is absolutely none. Auger-Aliassime should be able to step around and get a forehand all day long on the second serve, because Rublev, if he goes up the middle, Mary, I will salute you.
Okay. Come on, Andrey.
He's going straight to the body.
Come on, Andrey.
Straight to the body here.
Game Rublev.
But he's good enough to defend it at that point. But Auger-Aliassime should keep stepping around and hitting forehands on the second serve returns all day long.
They've played each other 8 times. I mean, shouldn't he know that?
He knows it. Question is whether he can do enough damage with it. He did it there. He stepped around and hit the forehands. That's good. Just got to figure out ways to win the points. He'd probably be a little bit more aggressive with the return, go closer to the lines. Rublev's won 4 out of 6 second serve points. He's yet to make a first serve, and he's still held.
$50. $30. $30-15. Let for serve.
Ball.
That
13.
catch took not just good hands, but good feet.
Exactly. Every ball struck so early from Rublev.
Nice.
Look at that.
Net for
Rublev. Man, he's so pumped. Yeah, that's going to be on TV, my friend. You'll be able to get a piece of that. And you're probably hearing the commentators talking about you, too, which is kind of cool.
Again, just ball barely off the court. Is that right, John Gamble? How quickly is he seeing the ball?
I mean, look at that 116 out wide there, but it didn't have enough bite on it, not enough spin. And Rublev looking for the forehand there. He just ripped that. I think he's looking for forehands on some of these second serves.
Early challenge to Auger-Aliassime. First break point of the match.
Ball.
Rublev.
Such
Rublev
early
leads
pressure.
2-2.
Ashe.
Ball.
15-0.
Still hasn't gotten in a first serve.
You know, with backhand unforced errors, as we hear Safin chirping away, probably about the first serve, try to give him some better rhythm or something to his charge. Rublev,
13.
whatever he said, he's a genius, I swear. But one of the problems, as Murat shakes his head with satisfaction that message worked, but Auger-Aliassime's backhand, when they're in these rallies, that it, you know, how you get the spin on the shot with it's a very flicky shot, and you have to brush low to high to create the amount of topspin that he does. So there's a lot of more components to it. Rublev misses that backhand, but his racket, Jan Michael, is on plane a lot more Rublev's than Felix's, who starts with the tip way up high, then he drops his wrists down, it goes, and it sweeps through. There's a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, it's a very simple backhand. It's so compact, and it's one of those kinds of shots that not much can go wrong. Maybe a bad decision here or there, but it's very clean and through the court.
Felix is not been necessarily, his swing hasn't been cleaned up the way that Alcaraz self-diagnosed, actually. Realized he made a change to his backhand swing from a year ago, and it didn't come at the direction of his coaching staff. He did it himself. Took his swing from a little higher to lower plane, and now has his racket down sort of towards hip level. And it's more of an abbreviated swing, and that's probably helping him get a little more solid contact. It hasn't added any speed to his shot, but maybe just solidifying it. I'd love to see Felix make a little technical tweak to his backhand at some stage along those lines to get it a little bit lower on take back and drive through the ball. Maybe just a little less topspin.
Looks good, doesn't he? 3-1 for Rublev. USOpen.org on so many different social platforms can let you know what's going on, what the draws look like, who's playing well, the upsets, the stats. Go to usopen.org. You can learn how Barbora Krejcikova got out of the Taylor Townsend match, faced down 8 match points, and came through. For Auger-Aliassime, Jim, to make that change in his backhand, I mean, is that something he can accomplish comfortably?
Don't know until you try.
Yeah.
Some can. Coco Gauff's trying to do much more technically with her serve than what I'm suggesting for a backhand. Oh my goodness, what a run onto the ball from the Canadian. Screeching into the corner to rip this pass. This was a quality shot from Rublev here.
See how low Felix got on that backhand slice to keep himself alive in that good return. Beautiful control.
By the way, Mary, and Jen, Michael, it's not lost on me that there's some irony that I'm talking about backhand technique. Where was my advice when I needed it, when I was playing?
Think about that, but it's one of those things you have to want to do it. Does Felix want to have a flatter and more driven backhand, or does he like to create that spin?
Well, does he even know that it's a liability?
Yes.
It's a little manufactured at times.
Hello. Banked it back.
40-15.
Such a satisfying sound. Both these guys' forehands when they're set up and ripping through. It's striking on this court so close.
Game, Auger-Aliassime.
So the Canadian holes,
Rublev leads
Andrey
3 games to
Rublev
2.
is looking so sharp.
Sun has come back out from behind the clouds. Auger-Aliassime with the cap on in the sunny side. Tough conditions for these players to track the ball.
30 love.
That ball also coming right out of the shade there for Rublev. Not so big of a deal when he's serving, but returning the serve could start to be a little bit of a tricky thing. And it is starting to get warm out here. It's blasting down on me.
Love.
129. That gives Rublev his second ace.
Game, Rublev.
Throws the balls right back to the other side of the court. Is Rublev seeing everything so well, so far.
Well, Rublev's known as a power player, right? But if you actually look at his speed numbers, it's not impressive. He's not upper echelon speed, but how he impresses all of his opposition into feeling like it's coming fast is by taking it early.
Yep.
He's a time thief out there. Steals time away, gets the ball back onto his opposition quickly. I think his loud grunt also makes you think it's coming a little bit bigger. That's not a joke. I actually think that is a real thing. He's going deep for this return, though. Wants more time with the son. I think that's a good idea, actually, when you have these tricky conditions, buying yourself a fraction of a second longer to see the ball where it's coming and is probably good. It's hard to pick up if you stand in close right now.
Out. 13 up.
Comes from an athletic family. Rublev, his mom Aryna was a tennis coach. Andrey Rublev Sr. was a professional boxer. Grew up in Moscow. Good friends with Andrey Medvedev. The first time they ever played against each other.
15.
They both tell the same story, so it's got to be
Daniil Medvedev?
Daniil Medvedev.
Yep.
What did I say, Andrey?
Andrei, different one.
Boy, Daniil Medvedev, they played each other. This guy was only 6 years old, and it was only 4-game sets. It took 2.5 hours. They were all lobs. They were both exhausted and screaming at each other. He says every rally lasted 10 minutes.
Medvedev's still playing that way if he can.
Yeah, he is. Poor Daniil. He's had a tough time. But like his new coach,
15.
Marat Safin, Rublev moved to Spain in 2016 to train with his coach, Fernando Vicente. He said people had been putting so much pressure on me because he was a good junior. He wondered why he left for Spain, but he knew he needed more time. It was good coaching.
Rublev leads 4-3. First.
Of course, so many of the Russians
15.
admired Safin so much. He was the hero to the young Russians. The way he played, how emotional he was.
Little opportunity here. Entering into this game, about 38% on the first serves, as you mentioned, was a little off. And the toss to me is just a little low, like right at the top. He seems to be just out of rhythm, but it's getting a little better, but nothing on those serves, even though he showed decent speed.
Got to be looking for a forehand and take charge early on this return. If you're Auger-Aliassime, take a step left. There you go. And he's got triple break point to get back in this set.
Love 40.
Играй, продолжай.
4 games all. First set.
We've been seeing some good emotion from Auger-Aliassime in this tournament. He's normally fairly reserved, and I think it's freeing him up a little bit to express himself a bit more. Felix is represented by Oliver van Lindonk, and who also represents Daniil Medvedev. Talk about two extremes. But I know that Ollie feels like at times on the court, Felix is almost too polite, too nice.
He's a gentleman,
and needs to express his competitive spirit a little bit more on the outside. Maybe a little bit of influence coming from Ollie in that department. We'll see. Doesn't make you a bad guy to pump your fist and wag your finger every now and then.
Here he is. Boy, he knows what's up. He's been around a long time. He knows what he's looking at.
Yeah, Garbine Muguruza, Kei Nishikori. He is one of the good ones.
Oh. 40 love.
Beautiful stuff from Auger-Aliassime, his third ace. 5-4.
Auger-Aliassime leads. Love 15.
This was way over in the side pocket, but so was Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Rublev, again, watch the second serve go straight in the middle of the box, right? Oh, that's a better one. Hey. If he can do it once, he can do it more.
Honestly, why would... I mean, the whole locker room must know that that's what he does on second, right?
Yeah.
He just keeps going?
Just keeps going, but that was evidence that the kick serve is in his bag of tricks. Love to see more of that from Rublev. I'm dying to see some of a blend on his second serve direction.
Felix has done a great job of taking the initiative in these rallies. He's taken away some of the offense because of how well he's hitting his forehands, how well he's returning. And still not enough great first serves from Rublev.
Am I hearing things? That was a let. What is going on?
That
Felix
was
is
1000% a let. It was obvious.
Yes. Just realizing most of the players actually are not up to speed on this, but a lot of the majors, they don't use the let calling machines anymore. It's done old school, just by the chair umpire, and he missed that one badly.
14-13.
Electronic line calling automates every single call except lets.
Why'd they get rid of that?
Some legal issues, Mary.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, double fault, back to deuce. There are also humans that do use the cameras to call foot faults. Everything else is done by virtue of the electronic line calling. Pretty human moment here from Rublev with that double fault. He might escape anyway.
Advantage Rublev.
It's pretty blatant with where he tosses the ball that it's going to go out wide. I feel like that's something that Felix needs to take away from him. Give him the tee, force him to hit there a little bit.
Game Rublev.
Did get out of it. Break a piece.
5 games
all.
all. First set.
Jim, I feel like that's the ball you're talking about right there on the backhand. Felix trying to put a little extra spin on it, didn't really need to there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a complicated swing that he brings to that side, and it's just not as consistent as you would like it to be. Elaborate swings work well at slow speed. When the balls are slower in juniors, you can get away with that stuff, but not here when it's so quick and so little time.
How good a
Love
volleyer
15.
is Felix Auger-Aliassime?
He's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Personally, I've so much admiration for anyone that can volley with that racket because it is so powerful. But powerful and finesse are usually polar opposites.
Leslie Odom Jr. he's been here a lot, hasn't he, this first week? Heading into week 2 of the main draw. Actor, musician.
Rushed him.
15-15.
The time thief at work, Rublev. Rattling some shots. And Felix not able to catch up to it.
Thirty.
A lot of forehand winners in this opening set for both. 6 clean ones for both players and many more that have finished points. Who can get on the forehand first?
40-13.
It's largely dictating the outcome of these points.
4th and 5th ace in this game.
Lätt försök. Auger-Aliassime.
Is this opening set going to end in a tiebreak?
Auger-Aliassime leads 6 games.
Inside Ashe Stadium.
15-0.
Well, you're right, Jim. Felix starting to look for some of those opportunities on second serves and those body balls. And Andrey's pretty predictable on where he's taking these first serves. So many attacks into the forehand. I wonder if he's going to move over at all.
There you go.
That's a really nice combination there. Good return of serve. And then Auger-Aliassime was quick to take court
13.
position away from Rublev and drove this backhand early. That's not something he's done a lot of in the rallies. On average, Hawkeye tells us that Rublev's taken the ball 5 feet earlier in the ground stroke department than Auger-Aliassime. That's a lot of real estate. But that got reversed in that last point. And here is a moment of peril for Rublev. A second serve at 15-30, trying to stay in the set.
Set points for the Canadian.
15-40.
Well, that's a choke. Absolute gag from Auger-Aliassime on a rally ball. He lurched at that
30,
forehand. He
40.
lost control of his torso.
Thank you.
Did it again, Mary. Same thing.
Juice.
And the great players, they manage those moments just like it was the first point of the game. And Auger-Aliassime was playing the moment and his opponent there. That's too much to handle.
Back to the forehand again.
Advantage Rublev.
Some of these opportunities just not quite getting his feet underneath him, so he has to be super handsy with it. In big moments like that, you don't want to be too handsy.
Juice.
Rublev says of Safin, he doesn't talk much. He's super strict. If he speaks, it's only when he needs to.
Sounds to me like a sensei.
Yeah, very much. Hard-working, disciplined point from the Canadian and the third set point.
Auger-Aliassime.
Missed it. Knew just where it was coming and missed it.
That serve was awfully risky.
Deuce.
It was frisky with the line.
Frisky and risky. And it worked.
Sure did.
Let's see it on the line.
Advantage.
Yes, he just
Auger-Aliassime.
hit this one right on the screws. And another chance to finish this set.
Auger-Aliassime.
Goes to the man who knocked out the third seed, Sasha Zverev. He's looking very good, Auger-Aliassime. Ooh, boy.
7 games to 5. Love 15.
Really excellent stuff from Felix in that last game. Let's see if he can keep this momentum going forward when this second set reset happens. These players are so good at doing that.
Love 13.
Number 6 for Auger-Aliassime, 126 miles an hour that. Just under his fastest today.
Oh. 30.
You see the calmness of Auger-Aliassime. First set in hand, love 30, has turned to 40-30. What you didn't see was Rublev expressing his confusion and displeasure at the situation to his team. And you can hear Safin trying to get in his ear a little bit and provide some support. Rublev can be a dormant volcano out here at the moment. There at times there's some seismic activity. We'll see if he can keep it together.
Juice.
Know a bit about dormant volcanoes. They're not exactly extinct. Got one right where I live at home, going off all the time, so hopefully you can keep it in check.
Advantage Rublev. Juice.
Comes a little Air Canada.
Yeah, this is showtime.
Advantage Rublev.
When they were little kids, Auger-Aliassime played Denis Shapovalov here in the opening round. And he admitted afterwards he got so tense that he had trouble breathing. And he just couldn't get out of his own way. And Shapovalov did such a nice thing because they've known each other forever. He just said, don't worry, you know, we're both going to be here
Juice.
for a long time.
Advantage Auger-Aliassime.
Feels like a lot riding on this game right here. Rublev has upped his intensity. He's done a good job of putting returns back in play, but Felix can get through it. Feel pretty relieved, I feel like.
Juice.
Felix is a pretty aggressive second server with his speed, but he doesn't have a lot of top spin on it, does he, Jan Michael? It's more of a slider.
It is more of a slider. In fact, both these guys, surprisingly, kind of slide it more than kick it. Not as much margins on those.
Told you about the predictability of Rublev's second serve. Auger-Aliassime is in that same category because he doesn't vary the spins. It's the side spin. So he typically goes in backhand body in the deuce court. These guys are very good, aren't they?
Yes.
And they are kind of showcasing that at the moment with points like that.
Advantage.
And these guys have been in the conversation now for
Auger-Aliassime.
quite some time. 11 times Rublev's made a quarterfinal at a major. That's been his ceiling. Felix has made a semifinal here. But other players have come onto the tour and surpassed them. And one of the biggest differences is those players have more variety. And they've worked to improve those aspects of their game. These guys need to kind of get on that train. I'm a huge fan of both of these guys off the court there. I mean, some incredible characters,
First
like
game,
awesome
second
people.
set.
Beloved.
Taylor Fritz.
Tries to.
Taylor Fritz has been more of a late bloomer, hasn't he, compared to them? Yeah, he's improved a ton.
Is he the guy you're saying? Is he the one?
He's improved a lot.
I think Jim Michael makes a great point. He may be the one who's added the most.
15-0.
But I think a lot of them are doing some soul searching right now, trying to just figure out how to get the train moving right back down the track. In a match like this matters a lot for momentum for one of these two players. But ultimately, it's the off-court work that needs to be added in if they want to keep going up. Let me correct myself. It's the on-court work away from tournament play.
Exactly.
Sorry, I know you knew what I meant. But
Of course.
sometimes my brain and my mouth are disconnected.
But Jim, when you see, you know, Sinner and Alcaraz do what they can do, and you're one of these guys, and you feel like there is a ceiling to you, boy, that's gotta be hard. The younger guys just flashing by you.
There can only be one number one. Everyone else is in the chase pack.
15-30.
Felix has worked so hard in this match, and he was doing it from the beginning, going big in the forehand. He missed a few early. He's really locked in that shot. Anything in the middle of the court is just getting crunched on. Seems very confident with that.
Rublev apologized for going body, but he had chased down that
30.
shot so hard. He did just the right thing.
Total fair play here. Not sure if this ball was going in. Jannik, do you think that might have gone long if he didn't hit it?
It was close.
Yeah.
He ran right through it.
$14-13. Game Rublev. 1 game more, seconds.
So I know you have zero interest in coaching, Jim. You're coaching your small children.
This is my coaching here.
This
This
is-
is where I do my coaching.
and-
I help try and coach everybody from the booth.
I respect it and I get it, but I'm going to ask you if there were. I'm going to give you names,
Okay.
and you tell me which one you think would be most amenable to your brain pan. These two, Shapovalov, Tsitsipas, Ruud. Who do you think wants to hear from you?
Nobody. Start with
I do.
Start with that.
Okay. I mean, they're all ambitious.
No, let's reframe the question,
Okay,
right?
go
Like,
ahead.
what
15
you're
minutes.
asking is who do you think is searching,
Yes.
right? Medvedev clearly has just jettisoned his old team.
Yeah.
So even though he's won a major, he's trying to get back on track. So he's going to have new counsel soon. Tsitsipas, he's been kind of lost at sea for a little bit of a year now, trying to find his footing again. That's complicated with the family.
Yep. Zverev.
He's been looking. He's found Uncle Tony. And there's some irony
13.
in the fact that Uncle Tony's former player, Felix, took out Sasha.
Yep.
Look, I think they're all ambitious. I think they're all looking. Shapovalov's working with Mikhail Tillstrom. That's a good pickup. Part of the Good to Great Academy. Very level-headed. And look, just like none of the players in my generation were
30-15.
as good as Pete Sampras once he got to his great heights. There's still room to win around the edges. And
You did that. Andrey did that.
Yeah, and as great as Sinner and Alcaraz are, they're not always going to make it through these tournaments. There will be, unless someone else comes up to make it 3 or 4 at the top the way that the past generation had to suffocate everyone, there are going to be opportunities. There'll be injuries, there'll be upsets, they will not be in the final of every major for the next decade. So how do you take advantage of those moments? You've got to be ready. Maximize your opportunities. Maximize your game. Zverev's trying to do that. Fritz is doing that. I mean, everyone's trying to do it in their own ways, but
40-15.
it's hard.
A little more kick on that last serve from Felix. He adjusted the toss a little bit.
It's 91 miles an hour too, Jan Michael. That's a nice changeup from his 100-mile-an-hour second.
Game Auger-Aliassime. Auger-Aliassime needs 2 games to 1. Second set. Love 15.
Felix starting to look for those forehands, that slider serve, and not really much slice on it. It really didn't bite the court much.
Oh.
It was a slow, slightly kicking serve from Rublev. He's done that a few times, and the low speed on it, under 80 miles an hour, it threw Felix off. He was out in front of it, didn't get much stick on the return, and it was easy pickings for Andrey's forehand inside in. Variety is so important on your second serves.
To Mary's point, that's the one thing that Ben Shelton does better than anyone, that second serve variety. All the kick, the slice, sometimes the heater here and there. Tough to know what he's going to do.
Down there, Ben Shelton. God, it was sad. He was playing well against the Frenchman Adrien Manarino. He was down to a 5th set, but Ben had hurt his shoulder. He still doesn't know quite what happened to it, but he had to retire.
It was such a fabulous display of finesse and court coverage from Felix, and then Rublev did incredibly well to get up to this drop shot. But Auger-Aliassime makes a mistake when he sees this ball going over the he's got to get to the net there. Got to. And he was late getting up to that overhead and couldn't quite center it. But it's a big escape for the Russian.
Juice.
So I don't know if these guys are aware that their opponent for the quarterfinals has been identified. Alex de Minaur has come through in straight sets over Leandro Riedi, the Swiss player who had such a nice run here, the qualifier. So de Minaur through very comfortably in straight sets, is awaiting the winner of this one, which will be a day match in a couple of days' time, with assuming that Sinner keeps on going. Sinner would take the night match, you would think, for commercial reasons. And because, you know, you can't have a ginger putting all that sunscreen on. You got to give him some night matches, Barry.
Says the ginger.
Says the ginger.
The gingerbread man.
Yeah. This guy, he's one of us too.
Game, Rublev. New goals, please.
You know, I get into these kind of conversations with you, Jim,
2
early in
games old,
sets,
second set.
when I feel like there's a little bit of time. One more name I want to throw out to you, and we know how ambitious he is. But Francis Tiafoe lost early here. And it broke his heart. He was a 17th seed. He lost to the German Struff, who Djokovic took care of easily. What's his upside?
We've seen him make great runs here. He's been in the semifinals here. Could have easily been in the final last year. He was close in the 4th set against Taylor Fritz.
Yep.
And Fritz won that set and then won it going away in the 5th. So he knows he's right there. He just hasn't quite been able to replicate it this year in the majors.
59.
The Russian's really talking to Rublev now, and he seems not to be appreciating it. Not a broken string, right, John Michael?
Nope, no broken string there. Just got tired of that stick.
Okay. Slashed away that 102-mile-an-hour serve.
30-15.
102 miles an hour sounds fast for a second serve, doesn't it? But it's a little bit like a baseball pitcher having a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but no movement on the ball. If you know where it's going to be, the speed isn't really an impediment for players at this level. It's location, surprise, bounce on it. Misses that one, but he's not going to miss many second serve returns as Andrey Rublev if he knows where it's going, no matter how hard you hit it. And that's, Jan Michael, you make a great point that Ben Shelton has unbelievable variety with the way he pitches a game.
Yeah, nobody knows what he's going to do with it. That's such a huge asset going into these matches, especially deep in the middle of the long 5-setters.
Nice body language from the Canadian. 3-2, second set.
Auger.
Call.
Love.
That nuisance of a shadow is creeping its way back towards the side that Rublev's on now. It's almost in full shadow of the playing surface. Give it another 15 minutes or so.
40-15.
The 11:30 start is it's new this year on Arthur Ashe Stadium and had been a noon start, so the shadow wasn't as much of a factor. You get an extra half an hour of it here, but it has been the right move to start earlier and avoid having a lengthy day session bleed into the night session and force that to start late. Haven't had to deal with that at all this tournament so far. That's been nice. Well,
40-30.
Alcaraz wasn't too thrilled to have to wake up that early to play his day match the other day. Spanish folks, yeah, they don't normally like to wake up as much. It's not really their culture.
Boy, another one.
Deuce.
Third and fourth double fault in this game.
Thank you. Please, please.
He's trying to get out of.
Seismologists are aware of this situation, monitoring it closely.
He's serving under 50%.
Thank you. Please.
Sometimes I worry about the self-harm Rublev does when he gets that angry at himself.
Auger-Aliassime. Auger-Aliassime leads 4-2, second set.
He's going to keep using that racket.
Well, if it's broken, he might give it 1 point just to avoid the fine that's automatic if you break a racket in anger.
Yep. And he threw it flat.
Well, that's how Andy Roddick, suggests strongly that you throw your racket if you are angry. That's least likely to snap if you do it that way. It's just you snapping, not the racket frame. I think Andy has a tutorial on YouTube, actually. I'm not joking. I think you can find it.
I know.
It sounded like it took a little damage. I'm surprised he keeps it now.
Earlier this year, Rublev said of himself that he was having such a hard time emotionally, and he said it's nothing to do with tennis. It was me, myself. He called himself completely lost. He said he was getting help from every place possible, and Marat Safin stepped in to try to calm him. Make him understand his game. They've been working hard on his volley.
30-15.
Hard on his mindset. Trying to get him out of his own way. Safin said of himself, people see the beautiful part of this game, but not many people can handle what happens below the water. He called it the iceberg. He said, my tennis career came too fast.
Auger-Aliassime.
He's taken total control of this match, hasn't he? 5-2 now and a set up. Inside Ashe. That first set was close. This second set has slipped away
Love 15.
from a cranky Andrey Rublev.
And just continue to watch the mechanics on the serve of Rublev, and I feel that the toss is simply too low over the course of this entire match. He just doesn't get easy extension. It's got a little bit of a slower motion. It's causing some problems. Well, last toss was a little better, but so many are just barely high enough. I think that's a problem.
And one of his issues, Jim Michael, with that toss also is that it's too far out to the right for him to get a lot of variety on it. It
100%.
pretty much promotes a slice most of the time, especially in the deuce court.
So that leaves him at the serve. If you're talking about into the backhand of Felix, he doesn't really pronate on it and can't get it to slide away. It sort of comes into the backhand. So
Not as easily.
Exactly.
He's hitting about a third of his serves in the ad court at the backhand off the first serve. He definitely prefers the slice in both courts. That's the one you have to look for on the first serve, and the second serve you look at the body. And Felix knew it was coming, couldn't deliver it, so Rublev stays in touch.
Auger-Aliassime needs 5 games to 3.
Felix serving for a 2-sets-to-love lead, which is a spot that Rublev has come from out of twice successfully in his career. Last year here in the second round, he was down 2-sets-to-love in the second round versus Rinderknecht. And then back on the dirt in 2020 in the fall edition of Roland Garros. In the COVID times, he beat Sam Querrey from 2-sets-to-love, but it's not a comfortable spot to be in. He's going to need to break here to have a chance to avoid it.
Just to underscore the problems Andrey Rublev is having inside Ashe today. He's only serving at 49%. Felix Auger-Aliassime, 68.
Oh. 30 love.
He's just wandering around the court
aimlessly.
It's that way. Auger-Aliassime looks like he's going 2 sets up right here.
I always get the sense that when Rublev plays like this, he's always just trying to hit his way out of trouble.
would you like him to do?
Again, variety.
And second set.
Two-set
Auger-Aliassime.
lead for the 25-year-old Canadian.
Mentioned how Felix's team has been encouraging
15.
him to be a little bit more expressive and a little bit more of an assassin out there on the court. And he's got a record when he's been leading 2 sets to love of unfortunately not being able to finish the deal a few too many times. 5 times in his career, he's led 2 sets to love and lost a match. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's happened to him twice this year. In fact,
15
the Australian Open, Davidovich Fokina in the 2nd round lost the first couple sets in 2 breakers and then won 6-3 in the 5th. And then Matteo Arnaldi in the 1st round of Roland Garros lost the first 2, came back to win. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't get up 2 sets to love and close more than that, because he
15.
certainly has and does. But that's something that if Rublev starts to turn this a little bit, I don't know about you guys, but that's something that I would remember in my mind if I was in that position, if I was Felix. Not again. That's why it's important for him to just stay so focused and try and get the lead here. Just pedal to the metal. Keep Rublev suppressed. Be the bully out there. And pump your fist. Let him know you're the one who's moving on to the quarters. No more Mr. Nice Guy, Mary. That's what I'm saying. Be nice when the match is over. That's fine. She was a fierce competitor, still is.
So impressed so far, these couple of sets in, how well Felix has returned. We talked about the serve of Rublev, but he's really taking care of business on his side. Even on the backhand side, it's been good and deep.
Have a look at Billie Jean King, Jan Michael, in her suite, just back from her brother's funeral. She loved Randy Moffat so much. This has been hard on her.
First game, 3rd set.
She's back here.
Preaching aggression. 32 winners. Rublev just 15. Andrey normally the aggressor in his matches, not today. And with a 2-set and a break lead, this is about the time that Naomi Osaka and Coco Gauff will start to turn their attention to their warm-ups. Body moving.
15.
That's who's next here on Arthur Ashe Stadium. You have Lindsay coming in with you.
Do indeed. Lindsay Davenport and Chanda Rubin courtside.
Ooh, that's the big ball club.
Yeah.
Net, second serve. 15 all.
Auger-Aliassime last made it this far in a major at the Roland Garros of 2024. It's been a struggle for him in the majors this year. Second round had been his best prior to this one. Did that in Australia and in Wimbledon. So this is a welcome return to deep form in a major for the Canadian.
Out. 30-15.
Started the season, did Felix all the way down at number 29 in the world. We haven't seen that number next to him in a while. But in the live rankings, he's up to number 20. And he'll go even higher with the win today.
$40-15.
He's doing a great job on those second serves. He's taking some into the backhand, some into the forehand. Here's some body serves. He's got Rublev riled up, not just from the baseline, but good shot selection.
These guys 40-15 without having made a first serve in this game.
Game Auger-Aliassime. Auger-Aliassime needs 2 games to love. Third set.
It's a good story about Andrey Rublev you can find on ATPtour.com. It's from July. And it talks about the struggles that this guy has had. And he said it, I still love tennis. I want to achieve as best I can, but in a healthy way, not a struggle way. When he loses, he takes it so badly, so deeply, personally and professionally. And how about this quote, guys?
59.
Rublev says, the feeling is like you're dying. It's like someone came to murder you. And of course, what do? You're at the peak of your stress. You try to do everything to save your life. And his coach, his longtime coach, Fernando
15 all.
Vicente, says it. Some people think he's completely crazy when he loses it. Vicente says that's not what it is. He says people sometimes think he's completely crazy, but it's not true. He just hates it when he falls short.
$30-15. $40-15. Game Rublev. Auger-Aliassime needs 2 games to 1.
How
Third
hard
set and by 2
Andrey
sets.
Rublev tries to fight. 2 sets to live up. And serving behind the break is Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Out, 15-0.
Well, the weather continues to be very pleasant down here. The wind not making itself a menace today so far, and not too hot on court. So that's the one good thing for Rublev if you think about making some kind of a comeback here.
Out. 15-0.
A
15-13.
little opening.
Thank you. Please, please. $30-all.
That's been the preferred serve for Felix in the deuce court. Ad court. Peppering that tee serve a lot. Gets another one there. But here comes a little window for the Russian to climb in through. That is awesome from Felix. That backhand did not have a lot of topspin on it. This is the backhand I'd like to see more of from him. Driving right through it. Low over the net, penetrating the court. That was sweet.
He really shut that window, didn't he?
Yep, slammed it.
That's why.
Just missed it. That was an amazing return to serve. Rublev dodged a ball coming straight at his body. Somehow got a forehand in play, but had a good look at this pass, open stance. And it just drifted wide.
Out game. Auger-Aliassime. New balls, please.
There's your fist pump, Jim. He is definitely showing more emotion on the day. It's really good to see.
Yeah, if they had a vote for the nicest guy in the locker room, Felix would get a lot of them, I would think. And you want that. You want to be the nicest guy in the locker room.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But it's okay to be pleasantly menacing on the court.
It's okay to want to crush somebody's spirit and then take them out for a spirit afterwards. The Aussies tended to like to do that.
That's exactly right. Your shout is what it's called.
Shout, that's right.
59.
Four.
Just comprehensive match he's putting together from everywhere on the court.
30-15.
He has not lost focus at all.
If you had just watched this his match against Zverev and this match alone, you'd have to ask yourself, well, why does he have losing records against considerable losing records against both those players?
So Rublev holds, but it's still 3-2 in this third set for the Canadian.
And by 2 sets to love.
Aliassime has only been broken once.
Love 15.
Out.
15-all. $30-15.
Felix is getting so many more free points with his serve than Rublev. He's serving better, making more first serves, and he's popping it too. Average speed over 120 miles an hour. Average. Big. And he's doing just fine defending his second serve today, winning exactly half of those points so far. That's fine when you're not having to hit too many second serves.
40-15.
That was helpful. Rublev, I think, is understandably feeling pressured to do more because Felix is dominating him physically out here, hitting twice as many winners and twice as many unforced errors, but he's the one in control, and Rublev, he doesn't like that.
No.
That's not the way he likes to play tennis.
Game.
He is proactive, and it's all about reactive out here today.
Auger-Aliassime leads 4 games
That
to 2.
11th ace
Third
puts him up
sets.
4-2 now. The 8th seed, Alex de Minaur. That's who it looks like Felix gets next.
Still got some work to do, but we can start thinking a little bit about it.
I was going to say, don't go there yet, Mary.
59.
Oh, I don't mind being wrong.
How would you know?
You know that old one. I thought I was wrong once, but I was wrong.
You were mistaken. You mentioned that Rublev's father was a boxer. He's a pugilist on the court as well, but he's all about throwing blows. He doesn't really like to jab. And Auger-Aliassime has forced him into a corner, jabbing a bunch today. Like, that's not a shot that you can be aggressive on. That's a shot where you have to live for the next one. That's a jab and get out of the way. And instead, he's trying to land a big blow, and that's bad maths, as they say in England.
Exactly.
(40-30).
You'd have to land a lot of blows to come back from this. I don't like his chances.
On the day, the amount of times that Felix is nailed right on the baseline. He's hit so many of the returns so deep. So impressive.
Rublev.
That's well done. But can he break?
(59).
These are good days for Canadian tennis fans. Felix playing so well here. Shapovalov has regained a little bit of his form this year, winning the biggest title of his career at 500 level ATP event in Dallas. There's a young Canadian who played college ball at the University of Kentucky, 6'8" skyscraper named Gabriel Diallo, he's a problem and he's going to get better. But they're all being overshadowed at the moment by the teen sensation Victoria Mboko, who won up in Montreal the Masters 1000, WTA 1000, beating Osaka in the final.
40.
Canada's punching above its weight. She lost early here in Mboko. She's got to get settled into a new altitude because she's going to get a lot of attention, rightfully. Great mover. Coco Gauff said she might be as good a mover as Coco is. Auger-Aliassime is moving closer to a quarterfinal. He just needs one more game. But what are your thoughts on Mboko? Well, I have you, Mary.
Very, very impressive. She's so powerful, so much good attitude. I mean, she just played her home tournament with just nothing but blue sky. Collapsed on the court when she beat Naomi Osaka in the final. But yeah, she went out here early. You're right. She's just got to get used to being great.
39.
She's been wearing a tennis outfit. Now she's put on a vest with a bullseye.
There we go. Exactly right.
Added that to her kit.
40 of them.
See how comfortable she is with that.
Yeah, looks like Felix is comfortable not really doing too much in this return game and just focusing on getting another hold of serve. And he's been holding at a nice clip lately.
Game, Rublev. Auger-Aliassime needs.
It's Monday, Labor Day afternoon. And the fans are cheering, of course, for Auger-Aliassime because they want Coco and Naomi. No offense to Andrey Rublev.
15-love.
In the opening set, Auger-Aliassime broke in the 12th game on his 4th set point, but he was super nervous on the first 3. Kind of lost control of his body, making unforced errors, jerking around, wasn't smooth. Let's see if he can hold his nerve and hold his serve here and close this thing out. Good start at 15-love.
30-love.
Well, that is perfect.
Game so much Auger-Aliassime. Recess to love, 7-5, 6-3,
Nice
6-4.
smile over to his people. Any coach in the world would be proud and happy at the effort that we just saw from the 25-year-old Canadian in straight sets. Felix Auger-Aliassime is in the quarterfinals.
He's flying that fist in the air, too. Real intensity and intention on the court from this Canadian. Trying to get back to the semifinals of the US Open where he was in 2021. And there will be a road runner of an Australian awaiting him, and Alex de Minaur. That will not be easy. But he wouldn't have thought this would be easy today either. And he came out and bulldozed a player who's won 7 out of 8 meetings to him prior to this. That was pretty darn awesome.